Good morning. Welcome back to the channel Awesome Learning. Today we are going to discuss about the next topic, the next part of flower, the female part of flower, which is also known as gynoecium. Gynoecium, also known as pistil, is the female reproductive part of flower and is made up of one or more carpels. Now, each carpel has three parts: stigma, this is the stigma; the style, this is the style, just a passage you can say; and the ovary. So this is ovary. Ovary inside contains ovules, as you see. Ovule is also known as megasporangia. So this is the main part of gynoecium. Next, stigma. It is usually at the tip, as you see here, at the tip of the style, and is receptive. Receptive means it is waiting or it is ready to receive the pollen grains that will be shed on it, or those pollen grains which will land on the stigma. So many pollen grains, thousands of pollen grains will come and they will land on the stigma. So stigma is ready or it is receptive to the pollen grains. Then comes the next part, the style. It is the elongated tube which connects stigma and ovary. Next is ovary. It is the enlarged basal part, as you see here, on which the style lies. Each ovary bears one or more ovules. There can be one ovule and there can be more than one ovules, which will be attached to a flat cushion called placenta. So this line which you see is actually a placenta. You see the line here. This is placenta and ovules are attached to the placenta, right? Okay. Then polycarpellary pistils. Now what does this mean? Pistils which has many carpels. I told you pistil can have one carpel or it can also have more than one carpel. So polycarpellary pistils are of two types. One is apocarpus, that is the carpels are free. Okay, this here you see the carpels are free. This is apocarpus, example lotus and rose. And another thing is the carpels may be fused. So here you see this is closed, this is fused, this is free. The apocarpus, and syncarpus means they are fused. Example mustard and tomato. If you see here, they have shown both of the figures, that is apocarpus and syncarpus. Then children, we come to the next topic of gynoecium, which is called placentation. Now what is placentation? It is the arrangement of ovules on the placenta within the ovary. I just told you here that ovules are attached to a cushion which is called placenta. So this is the placenta, this line is the placenta, and these are the ovules or the seeds. Okay, these are the ovules which are attached to the placenta. Now what does placentation means? Placentation means how are the ovules arranged on the placenta. So there are so many types of placentations. First is marginal. This one is marginal, axile, parietal, free central, and basal. Let's see all one by one. First is marginal placentation. Now you have seen pea. You have seen the matar ka dana jo hota hai, the pea. Here the placentation forms a ridge. Now there is a ridge and the ovules you see are attached along the ventral suture of the ovary, and the ovules are borne on this ridge. So they are on the ridge, they are forming two rows. So the example is P. This is marginal placentation. Next one is axile. So this is, you see, axile placentation, axial web, rather I should say axial, and ovules are attached to it in multilocular ovary. Now what is a locule, children? These chambers or these compartments you see are called locules. The compartment inside the ovary are called locules, and each locule are having, see, two ovules. If you see here, each locule is having two ovules. Can you see? Every locule has two ovules. So this is called, this type is called axial, and examples are China rose, tomato and lemon. You can see here how they look. Okay. Then we come to parietal placentation. Here the ovules develop on the inner wall. Now there is no compartment. There is only one single compartment. So the ovules are attached to the inner wall of the ovary. This is the outer wall. This one is the outer wall and this one is the inner wall. So the ovules are attached to the inner wall of the ovary on a peripheral part. Ovary is one chamber. It has only one chamber, but it becomes two chamber due to the formation of a false septum. So that is only a false septum. Sometimes it may become two chambers, otherwise it is one, and such type of placentation is called parietal placentation. Then, of course, as the name suggests, free central, that means they are in the center, as you see in the diagram also. Here the ovules are borne on the central axis and septa are absent. There is no compartment or no septas or no separations, I should say. So example is dianthus and primrose. Okay, so these are the types of placentation. One more is left, that is basal. As you see here in the diagram, here placenta develops at the base of the ovary. Here, this is at the base of the ovary and single ovule. So here you see this is a single ovule is attached to it. Example is sunflower or marigold. Okay, so these are the various types of placentations in an ovary. Here, after fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds. Now, this is known to us from very long. When you have done this in your junior classes also, that ovules later on will get developed into seeds, and ovary will mature into a fruit. So this we know this, we have done this in junior classes also, that ovules will develop into seeds and ovary will develop into a fruit. So this is all about gynoecium.